What's up, geeks? Hello, welcome to the New Age Geek channel. If you're new here, we build an inclusive for people of all walks of life through the power of friendship, magic, and tabletop role-playing games. Tonight we have Forging Fates, our silver D&D campaign set in the critical world of Exandria, following our adventuring party, the Fists of Fate. What's up, Fists?
What's up, Joe?
I got that fucking locked.
Ho, ho, ho.
This is just your weekly reminder that the New Age Geeks includes more than just us up here on the screen. It relies on all of you wonderful geeks and your participation in this community that we are growing together. If you want to become one of the New Age Geeks, you absolutely freaking can. Just make sure to subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels and join our Discord, where you will find moderated chats, emotes by one of our favorite geeks, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Excuse me, and chat rooms with the cast and other members of this growing community. Another little friendly reminder that the best way to help us out is with engagement. So we'd greatly appreciate if you'd watch the video all the way through, like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that these platforms know to share us with everybody else. Speaking of engagement, we would absolutely love it if you would clip any of your favorite moments of the show, whether that be the happy moments, the sad moments, maybe even the romantic moments. And those clips may or may not turn into a TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, we have posts going up on other platforms. So if you are on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, or TikTok, make sure to follow us there for more geeky goodness.
If you have Amazon Prime, you get Twitch Prime absolutely free. It awards you a 1-month subscription to any channel here on Twitch. Once per month, you do need to go in and resubscribe to that channel at no additional cost to you. Just link your accounts and click subscribe with Prime on that channel. If you've got cash to burn, please subscribe on Twitch, perhaps gift subscriptions to others, cheer using bits, donate via PayPal, check out our merch shop, subscribe to our Patreon, and if you wish to be a sponsor for the New Age Geeks, reach out to us directly via our Instagram page to begin those discussions.
Speaking of sponsors, if you enjoy the music we have going on here on Forging Faith, we highly recommend checking out the Soundcraft bot. The Soundcraft bot allows you to play open source, community selected music and soundscapes directly from your Discord server with just a few clicks. Whether you're playing with friends or streaming on Twitch, you can use the audio stress-free. With their pro level subscription, you can get their playlist builder, shareable playlist codes, access to 40 plus music genres and 20 plus soundscape types, global genre selections, and 2 premium Discord servers, all for just $10 a month. But by using our referral code NAG, that's N-A-G, you get $2 off your subscription for the first 3 months. All you need to do to get started is invite the Soundcraft bot of your choosing to your server, then just hit play and let Soundcraft take care of the rest. That'll be. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Come on, Joe.
Sorry.
And we are now partners with Dragon's Nest Delivery. If you don't know, Dragon's Nest Delivery has a ton of D&D essentials, including dice, apparel, homebrew adventures, and their Nat 20 card series, which we will be using here on Queer and Present Danger. And they even have their own D&D subscription box, which includes dice, candy, one-shot adventures, minis, and a bunch of downloadable content. Downloadable content as well. Words are hard, guys. So when you go to checkout, make sure to use our referral code NEWAGEGEEKS. That is all one word. There is no underscores. And that will get you 18% off of your order. And yes, that even includes the D&D subscription box. So whenever you go to check them out, make sure to tell them that we sent you.
So that all being said, we are just coming off the heels of our 2-day fundraising stream. I would love to thank Jem for organizing that thing, because it was a lot of work, I'm sure, and it went off amazing with, I think, no hitches, honestly. I think it went pretty well. We were able to raise 500 and something bucks after all the fees taken out. But we are going to continue on a little bit with some fundraising efforts, because every dollar is going to help us get to PAX U, which is this weekend.
And because I still have a bunch of weird food that I will still eat for money.
That being said, there is a list of... God dang it. It didn't work. I posted. Oh, it did post. It did post. Okay. don't ignore the bottom stream elements. I don't know where that's coming from, and I can't get rid of it. So, but me and Jem, being the only people who signed on for this insanity,
No one else.
I mean, you could join in. The list of redemptions are there. For $5, we will take a bite of an onion. For $10, you'll get a chubby bunny out of whoever has marshmallows on hand. For $15, you're gonna get a cream pie.
That's so low for a cream pie.
I know. Well,
Wait, what?
I have a big old bottle of whipped cream, so I gotta get through it.
Of a bottle of whipped cream for $50. I'll take whipped cream to the head.
Yeah, that one should be 50.
No, we're going low. It's the bargain basement.
I got whipped
it's the
cream in
sale.
the fridge.
It's sale time.
All right.
And for $20, Jem's gonna eat something weird. I don't know what your weird things are, but you're gonna eat something weird.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us what your weird things are? Because I don't know.
I've got a chili lollipop. I've got a bean, like hot, like jelly beans, a fiery jelly bean challenge. I've got wasabi mayo. I was gonna do a shot of.
Oh, good. So all the things that'll knock you out for the rest of the show.
I'll still do my.
Those, like, everything would be tame after that gummy bear. Like,
I'll even put my
I can't
ears
handle those
on.
things, no. Yeah.
Or you can just, donate some money and
Also-
ask us to do something weird, and we may do it. So there's
Yeah,
that.
like
too.
read
you
Chuck
really-
and Go pages.
Yeah.
You
Everything's
guys,
possible.
just to let you know, I forgot that I had this, and if we really can get something, I have a 18-inch gummy worm. I'm being
So
I'm
happy.
being
I'm
so
so
I
happy
did
you
not
said
know where
gummy
that
worm.
was going.
I'm so happy you said gummy worm.
It's a edible gummy worm, and I forgot because it's been in my fridge, and it's like the half red, half blue. It's about this big, about that thick around.
Mm-hmm.
That
So if you guys want to
sounds hot.
see something with that, then
It's in the fridge. It's cold.
nice
Yeah.
and cold and ready to go.
Anyways, this Thursday we have my investigation check with Praxis Games. They're a indie TTRPG creator, and we're gonna dive into their process and making these games, what it's like to run indie TTRPG. Say that 5 times fast. Business. And dive into their backstory and find out what all that is about. Hey, thank you, Speaker JPG, for the follow, and Zero Pizzle, thank you for the follow as well. Arya's Daydream, thank you for 29 months of subscriptions. Besides that, is there anything I'm forgetting? No Forging Fates next week because we are on PAX U Recovery. There will be, this is tonight. Jem and Tate. Oh my god, I'm fucking losing my mind. Jem and Date on a TTRPG. They are on one.
Yes.
That is what's happening today. There will be no Forging Fates on Monday because we will be in PAX U Recovery. If you see us at PAX U, myself.
Get home yet?
No. Well, those of us that will see you, they see us at PAX. Myself,
Mhm.
Jem, Taz, and Adam are all going to be at PAX. If you see any of us, come up, say hi.
I will be there in your dreams.
You are in my dream every night, though, so it's not really.
I'll be there in spirit.
Yeah, I won't even be
You and your
home,
gummy
even
one
if we
day.
had a show.
Yeah.
I don't get home until 11 p.m.
Oh.
So.
Yikes.
So, needless to say, we're going to be at PAX, rocking out. Come see us, find us, hunt us down. Put a bounty out on us. Me, at least. You could do that. I'm okay with it. We can play Hunger Games.
Oh boy.
We'll play Hunger Games. I'm down for it.
Jesus.
Just me, though. Not the rest of them. We need them. I don't got anything else. If you guys got anything else? Anyone got any shows coming up?
You know,
Um,
sure, I'll promo this now since we're not playing next week. On Saturday the 14th, I'm going to be on the Don't Kill My Characters channel in Superhero Origins.
Awesome.
I will post more about that on my Instagram page.
Awesome.
Nice.
So
Who's DMing that?
save the date. Curly Insane Guy.
Curly. Oh, okay,
Nice.
nice. Okay.
And Castleton's taking a week off for PAX U, but that's a good time to catch up on all of the craziness. We're 4 episodes into part 2 finale on the Winter's Tales channel. My character just had a concerning reveal in Saturday's episode, and yeah, it's just a really amazing story. So strongly recommend checking that out.
Freaking-tastic. Tonight will be a shorter episode because it is the week leading up to PAX U. So we're gonna tell some stories, and when we get to a certain point in the game that I have decided, we will be calling it tonight. So I got nothing else. If you guys got nothing else, let's dive into tonight's episode of Teammates. Sorry for hitting the wrong button, everyone. So, picking up where we last left off, we find our fists. No, we don't. We find the Fists of Fate awakening the next morning at the Grinning Cat Inn, where they are expected to make payment to the lady of the house. After a brief conversation with Emic, Clover is given a bracelet that now is magically intuned and said to be from the tree in which the first Herringons were pulled from by the goddess Melora. Upon making their payments, we had Finnick recite a poem, if I'm remembering this right.
Clover recited.
Oh,
I
Clover did
recited
the
the
poem.
poem.
Clover did the poem. What did Finnick do?
I performed magic.
Perform magic. That's what it was. I apologize. Both of their roles not the best. So the lady was, having seen pretty much everything there is to be seen now for people performing for room and board for her, not particularly impressed, but nonetheless offered a job to the Fists of Fate and to retrieve a particular item from a archfey. Dom, you are fading in real time. But they were told to retrieve an ember which can help them manipulate time. So when they do return to the material plane, they will be able to choose its point in the timeline of their choosing if they were to accomplish this task. The Fists, after a brief discussion, decided to take on the task, but they wanted to go ahead and try and find the Herringon settlement as well as eliminate the hag first. So, moving along, they gathered up Emic, who they have decided will help lead them to this settlement. Nailed it, Cece. And they began their trek outwards. The first day went relatively uneventful, though when the morning began to come on their final shift, the 2 wolves that they were warned about, the sons of the old wolf spirit who had been killed by Malik, made their presence known in, the forest that they protect, whose name is someone named the forest the Eternal Bloom, right? Did I get that right? No. Yep. Anyone?
Let's go for it.
Bueller?
Right.
It'd be
What?
great it could be great if I could read my own notes. What was the name of the forest?
Oh,
I don't remember the forest name.
I thought it's not the same as the swamp, is it?
No.
Okay. Then no, I don't.
But they were told by Emic to watch out for Gary and Frecky, the two wolves, as I said, the two sons of the original wolf spirit, and Eternal Bloom. Thank you, Kate, for being a better note taker than me for my own game. I appreciate that quite a bit. But as you all arise the next day and see the glowing eyes of the wolves in the distance, the floor is yours, Fists. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna punch the sun.
I'm gonna turn to look at Amek. That's not the direction we're headed, are we?
Yes, that is exactly the direction we're headed.
To the big glowy eye things that are seemingly floating into the great nothingness, which is a forest that we've never been in the Feywilds.
They're just big wolves.
They are big wolves.
Yes, with big teeth and big mouths and big appetites.
Big fun.
Big death.
I would love to not be able to go to them, but I don't see how that's going to be possible, considering they're watching us, and it's their forest.
Do we need to worry about the wolves, or are they just guardians who are defensive?
The answer is yes.
Is there a way to like appease them? Would I know anything about appeasing them?
You can go ahead and roll either a religion or a nature check, I'll say.
Nice.
Good old religion. Let's see. $18 plus 10.
28?
Yes.
Dang. Okay.
Damn.
Nice.
Religion.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Growing up in the monastery.
So with 28, I'll give you a little bit more, actually. So there is you are aware of the forest, the spirits of nature, essentially. There is Melora, who is the goddess of nature. But before Melora really kind of began to come in and exert her power over nature, there were the forest spirits. This is going back to the time of the primordials. They are
with a big hammer.
Almost direct descendants of the primordials, whereas the primordials have a chaotic nature to them, so these creatures were born out of that chaos. There is a spirit for every animal, so there is an original spirit that then gave birth to all of the other animals. So there is a giant squirrel out there somewhere, for those of you curious about it. But they are relatively neutral in their temperaments. The wolves are known for their aggressive nature, being wolves. But they're not mindless beasts. And as I'll say with a 28, you would know this as well. The original Force Spirit joined the team that went to fight Moloch originally 30 years ago and was killed at some point during that conflict. Not in the final battle, she died before that, but she had joined them to help with Moloch.
I think you mentioned that last week, maybe, about it's their mother.
Yes.
Who was killed by the guy who broke he has the hammer that we're looking for.
No, that's someone
or
else.
He broke the
Moradin. That's Moradin. Moradin has a hammer. Moloch has a cat of nine tails.
Moloch, yeah, okay, Moloch, okay, yes, that guy.
And I have a suspicion that if we feed these wolves some meat and talk to them, they might be our friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just have to get them in the mood to talk and eat things that aren't us.
Yeah.
Do we have meat, food?
Well, not me.
Persuasion.
I don't have any jerky.
Emic, do you
Enough.
know? Do you have extra rations, or do you know where we can get some?
The forest that is theirs already.
Mm,
At this point, I mean,
Hmm.
I have
If
like a
everyone-
bit of rations, but that's not like.
Rations aren't good.
Yeah, they're
meat.
not gonna want rations. It's not gonna
Yeah.
impress them at all.
If everyone that travels through the eternal bloom has had to appease these primordial beasts, I don't know. Do we know how people usually do it? Because it has to have happened.
Well, typically when I pass through here, I just run away from them. I'm pretty fast and able to avoid them.
good idea.
The most people, I mean, they don't show up for everyone passing through, but because we're a group so big, I guess they caught our scent and
Or maybe they smell a familiar scent, and I like throw a look at Emic.
what did I do?
Mr. Run Through.
Question, Emic, what did you do?
What did you do?
When?
Wait, Emmett.
Like last night, I slept and then took a shift. didn't I?
Okay, well, let's be real. We've been through forests before, and wolves haven't stopped us yet. So I think we're just gonna have to put one foot in front of the other and walk through and see what happens.
Yeah.
I have an idea. I agree. I think that I have an idea. Okay, hear me out. We take what Whisper said, because they are wolves and they are friendly, air quotes. But you remember with the hag that is stealing all the herringgom feet, right? Remember the two giant lizards that we fought? We were talking to
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
those things.
Mhm.
We were fighting them, and remember the blight that was kind of around them, and how
You.
they're kind of taking on the animal spirits. Maybe that's why they're kind of like in a tizzy too. So maybe if they know that we're trying to stop her, that might like get them to be on our side,
Okay.
maybe. Or
You're thinking too much.
well, I gotta pick up the slack for half of us. Whisper.
I think that's a good sentiment. She has been stealing control over all these Feywild creatures. They can't be a fan.
So when you talk to the wolves, that's the first thing you can say. And then if they try to attack us, we'll either fight back or run away.
You mean you? Talk
Yes.
to the wolves.
No,
I'm talking to
no.
the wolf.
Whoever can talk to wolves. I can't talk to wolves.
Me.
I actually wouldn't even want to because
But I mean, you are a herringgom, which is like,
their favorite meal.
Quite maybe.
got you. Okay, all right, fair enough.
um,
Whisper, it's up to you and your big stick.
yeah, good luck. They're probably so old that the witch can't affect them, but do keep an eye out. Make sure they're not corrupted before you try to talk to them. Like the T-Rexes looked. If there's any similar signs, get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well,
Okay.
forging fates, fist of fates on 3, everybody.
Oh, do we do this now? Is this what we do now?
Well, it might be our last time seeing each other, so I think might as
I don't
well.
understand why you're so
We've
scared.
faced beasts way bigger than wolves, but yes, this is fun, and I like fun things. So for Fists of Fate on 3.
I'm in.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. Don't die.
Fists of Fate.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. with that, as you all kind of get your packs together and begin to make your way into the forest,
Make away.
the eyes have receded back far enough where where you are, you don't exactly see them, but you can see the trees kind of rock against their movement through the forest as you begin to make your way closer, and they are still very much in the area. I think I'm going to do my best to not become wolf food. Clover, maybe join me as well in the trees so we don't get eaten.
About that. And as he says that, like, are we close to the trees yet?
Yeah, I would say at this point, yeah, you're getting pretty close to the trees.
Yeah, I'm gonna like touch my new special acrobatic bracelet and then run up and just kind of like run jump a tree onto a branch.
Okay. He is going to join you on a different tree, but follow in your action and make his way up into a tree as well to try and avoid being clamped in the mouth of a giant wolf. So, as you will make your way into the forest proper, the air in it. You guys have been in forests before. I will say, Whisper, roll a wisdom check for me.
Wisdom check.
Yeah, just a
let's
straight
not use the
wisdom.
chicken dice.
Jeez.
Chicken dice were not doing me well this weekend. 13.
Okay. Not a high DC though, so you're fine. As you enter into the forest, your brain begins to tickle with familiarity. There is something familiar about the way the forest smells, and it is bringing up memories that you have forgotten in the past. And as you kind of look at these trees, they're different in that through each one of them glows this faint green behind the bark. And in the canopies of each of the trees, you see the faint light of some unseen force twinkling against the darkness of the trees. And you see those familiar white and black figures up in the trees, their heads kind of tilted to the side as you all enter. And Clover, as you and Emic make your way up into the branches, you kind of come to a place and you see a few of them fade in as you take a place on a branch, and a few of them kind of like walk over to you, Clover, and put their little hands on your legs. You don't feel anything at all as they touch you, but a few of them like look at you curiously, their heads, that Okami style mask that they wear, just kind of ticking a little bit to the side before they seemingly fade out again. And then there's one on your shoulder, just kind of like looking over, and it plays with your ear a little bit. And one of them like appears on your head, its face lowering down right in front of your eyes.
Is she the only one seeing these?
No, you all see them.
I don't like this.
What do I know about forest spirits like?
They're benevolent. You've dealt with them. The party has dealt with them before, and you would have seen these multiple times. They are just benevolent forest spirits. They just occupy the more sacred forests of the Feywild, and sometimes the material plane, depending on how closely connected to the Feywild it is. But they are completely harmless and are just chilling.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue forward with them on me. I guess they can come with me if they want, but I'm going to try. I guess ignore is not the right word. Like, I'll acknowledge them, but I'm gonna try to move forward despite them.
Mm-hmm. And they follow you along. A few of them start to mimic your movements as you are moving from branch to branch. A few of them you see start to grow really long ears similar to yours. Like a way to like try and mimic you. The rest of you see these forest spirits kind of begin to appear around all of you, and Whisper, you are brought back to memories you have forgotten. You remember walking through that portal if that's what you would call it. And you are in a forest very similar to this. You see those glowing trees once again. You see the spirits kind of begin to filter around you. And it's at this point you see that blue bird land on a branch in front of you before you're brought back into the present day.
Mm-hmm.
It's at this point, however, that I'll say Clover, with your 20 passive perception, you see that set of glowing yellow eyes begin to move through the forest towards your friends. One set moving in from the east and another from the west.
Oh, I'm so glad that I saw this and that before we went into the forest, we all had a discussion about a secret signal for when the Fists of Fate would look up at me. So I look down at them and I make that secret signal that we all agree on.
Okay.
And I'm going to lock eyes with Gormrog and point in both directions that the wolves are coming in.
I'm gonna look at Finnick and go, they're flanking, and like
See that.
get like next to her, like, oh god.
I'm going to be patient and not make any sudden movements, but I am going to steady myself where I am and ready my crossbow in case I need it.
Okay, are you attempting to stealth at all in this moment, or are you just up in the branches just as a way to be out of the way?
Yeah, I'm gonna push myself backwards onto the branch to cover myself with some of the leaves.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check then.
Okay.
Oh my god, I rolled 2 natural ones.
25.
Shut the fuck up.
I guess you don't see me.
Invisible.
Well,
So-
shit.
I'll say, obviously you are stealthed well enough, Clover, but as they are getting closer, you can see that their fur is almost pure white. There is a bit of red kind of tinge to their muzzles that you gather is probably from their freshest kill, but you don't see anything outwardly showing any sort of corruption as far as something from that you saw in the T-Rexes.
Okay, the bright red probably indicates that they aren't very hungry right now, so that's good. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay there. I have my crossbow ready.
Okay.
How far out are they?
I'll say they're probably within 100 feet and moving closer at this point for Clover to have been able to see them through the trees.
And since they were pointed out, Gormrug is gonna clock them.
Mm-hmm. As you kind of clock them, you've seen direwolves. They're a very large wolf. There are bony protrusions sticking out along their back and their faces. These are not direwolves. These are huge wolves, about 15 feet tall from foot to haunch, maybe 30 feet long in total. They stand at just on all fours. They stand about 15 feet tall. They dwarf you all. Clover, as they get closer, you're a little worried you might not be up high enough. As they move,
So it's fine.
as they move though, the trees literally bend out of the way as they brush against them, just out of sheer force of the muscle behind their haunches. As they pull closer and closer, eventually their heads begin to lean down to face all of you. I'm assuming anyone do
Hello?
anything as they get close enough?
Saying hello.
Okay.
Whisper waves. She's gonna try common first before she wastes a spell.
Okay. They lower
Quell
their
is
head.
bowing.
Okay. Quell bows. One of the wolf on your right kind of lowers its head down towards you, Whisper, as you say hello.
Hi.
Why are you in our forest?
Oh, good, you talk. We are passing through.
Its head kind of turns towards you, Gormrog. You feel as it moves its head, you can feel the air be displaced just from the size of the creature. And you feel as it exhales the hot breath blow against your face. You could smell it, the mix of blood and saliva kind of blow against you.
Big puppy.
Make it through this, am I? I'm looking at Finnick like I'm shaking now. I might have Zero might have an irrational fear of dog or wolf.
Irrational fear
creatures.
of giant wolves. That's I don't
Yeah.
think that's called an irrational fear. That's just
Giant-
a rational fear.
Oh, okay.
We
It inhales, and
attempting-
both of your bit of hair and Whisper being the next closest, you feel your hair get pulled up into the nostrils of this wolf as it is close enough now that your hair is being affected by its inhale.
So, out of game question, to help me remember, like this pathway that we're on is going towards.
all right.
The settlement for the Herringon.
Those are two different answers. So yeah,
What did you say?
I thought we
John?
didn't know where the settlement.
I said Loren.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking as well.
Oh, all right. I'm misremembering. Sorry.
Yeah, because I thought we didn't know exactly where the settlement was.
Okay, no worries.
Okay. Well, then Whisper's gonna speak up and be like, "We know that there's this hag that's corrupting animals and plants and stuff, and we're trying to stop her because she's also attacking people. She's taking away animals' like ability to think for themselves."
It's at this point the other wolf kind of begins to approach out of the darkness behind all of you, coming up closer
Hi.
to you, Finnick, and Zaryl. Quell, I'm imagining you towards the middle of the pack, bowing respectfully.
Mhm.
It's at this point that he speaks up. You all smell like her.
Oh.
You liars.
I'm gonna grab Finnick's arm, and I'm like death gripping and shaking, like.
I just put a reassuring hand on Zeryl's hand that is on my arm. We smell like the hag?
Which one of you is it? The first one speaks up again. You see them kind of looking towards you, well, in the center of the pack.
Yeah.
God damn it.
If you're looking for Linearial's stink, I'm sure it's on me. At least the scent of her power.
Don't care about the Archfey. I'm more worried about that hag. Where is she? I smell her around here.
There was a different hag that we had encountered.
I'm gonna look at Emic and see how he reacts to that.
Yeah, that's true.
Roll an insight check for me.
Mine now. 19.
Okay.
But I'm old for my
yeah.
age.
You look up at him, and obviously he is trying to hide, and you can see he's nervous being around giant wolves, but there's nothing particular sticking out about him being concerned, making any sort of extra movements about that comment.
Yeah.
You see the wolf's eyes suddenly dart to the side and begin to follow something in the air. Begin to almost like it sees a bug that is being it's tracking, and then
Shimmer on the wind.
and then it bites down in that direction. Its teeth,
Did you
as
get
it
it?
begins to snarl, its teeth bare, and each one of these teeth is about the size of Clover.
Holy
God.
You see the mix of blood and spittle kind of drool from its mouth in this moment. As it just begins to growl, and even the growl, Whisper, you being the closest, you feel your entire body vibrate at the sheer percussive bass of the throat of this creature.
I tell Finnick,
Why are you
if I
being
die,
watched?
you can have my closet.
Why are you being
Has-
watched?
What was that? Has she been bothering you too?
Why is she watching you?
Maybe because she knows that we're gonna kill her.
The wolf behind you begins to laugh. And how exactly do you all plan on doing that?
Very effectively.
Chopping off
Hopefully.
her feet and eating them.
I really don't want to eat hag feet.
Both wolves kind of like get this disgusted look on their face and go, I don't recommend eating hag.
Okay, well maybe just chopping off her feet while she's awake.
I love Dark Whisper.
That's a good name for a band.
As you say that, Whisper, the one in front of you is going to kind of like raise its haunches a bit and growl towards you. I need you to go ahead and roll either a persuasion or a deception check.
I'm not deceiving at all. So-
Well,
that is a 16
Okay.
persuasion.
The nose gets very close to your face, and you could feel the hot air kind of pushing out
I
on
don't
it,
flinch.
and kind of gives you a moment and just sniffs in. And you can see like the wetness of the nose just sitting there in front of you. You get this weird urge to touch it because this is who Whisper
know.
is.
I know.
The
I want
boot is
to pet it. I
coming.
want to
The
move it.
boot is coming.
You can you can see like Whisper's hand twitch, but she's keeping it together.
Don't you dare.
15
Sounds like,
foot
don't you
tall.
even think about it.
Eventually, you see the nose begin to lower down as his eyes, like lowers its snout down and brings its eyes closer to you. And each one of its eyes are the size of your head. It laughs as it kind of pulls back a little bit and sits down on its butt and like just begins to take up this like almost puppy-like stance. What's your name, little one?
Whisper.
Drake.
You.
I don't want her to be. You see the first wolf kind of look up towards the wolf in the back as he is sensing the de-escalation of tension, begins to raise his head back up, still standing on all fours, but like you, Finnick, being closest, this wolf towers over you as its head just kind of looks down at you while it stands up on its all of its fours. I'm Gary. He's Frecky.
Hello.
It's a pleasure.
We're the Fist of Fate.
This one smells familiar, brother. There's something else about her. She smells like Mom's killer.
Does he say that
Oh.
about me or?
That's what Frecky said about you. Frecky's the wolf behind you. Gary is
Great.
the one that
Okay.
was in front of Whisper.
I'm gonna slowly untwine my arm away from Finnick and go.
Oh, great.
I'm hoping that I can reach Quell's hand somewhere. I'm
I
like, reaching for coldness.
Oh.
As he says that, Frecky lowers his head down towards you, Finnick, and just lets out this deep growl. And you feel it like vibrate, because I'm assuming he's at your back still, because you didn't say you turn around to face him.
I would have turned around.
Okay. So he just lowers his head down towards you and just lets out this deep growl. You see those fangs bare as you feel as it growls, the vibration just pounds against your chest. Why does your friend smell like Moloch?
Question. Moloch is the person that is tormenting our dear friend Finnick, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Same name. Okay.
Whisper, why does your friend smell like Moloch?
Because she's cursed by him or something, and he's been a real dick to her, and I think he's trying to... He's done a lot of mean stuff to her, and we're trying to fight him, too.
A lot of enemies, this group here.
That's what you get when you're tough, I guess.
Roll a persuasion check.
Lord.
Can I cast guidance on?
You have to touch her, so you can certainly try.
What's on my mouse?
While
don't
this is happening down there, can I do a perception check just to make sure nothing else is coming while everyone's occupied?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Well, I don't want to make anything too awkward,
Okay.
so I'm just in like being in this tense moment. I'm probably not gonna move.
Just pumping sweat.
Yeah, now
got
I'm
a
starting to
15.
get where Zeryl's coming from.
What'd you roll, Clover?
21.
Okay. I will say the forest is dead quiet. Like to the point where it's noticeable how quiet it is. But being raised on a farm, I will say you are well aware with the way animals work. When there is a predator kind of in the area hunting, the forest grows quiet, and there is 2 very large predators right now, potentially hunting. So it seems like anything in this forest is sticking very far away from this point.
Cool.
And you said you rolled a 13, Whisper?
No, 13. Right?
Okay. I will say at this point you see Gary kind of look up towards Frecky and just not in common, but he gives a little bark off towards Frecky, and you see Frecky kind of pull back, eyes still locked on you, Finnick.
Oh, that's fair.
But it gives you a bit of space and takes a step back.
I'm gonna give myself a little bardic inspiration because I'm like a wreck right now, and I need to like pull it together.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna give myself a little, pep talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say at this point, you see Gary kind of move his head back and forth, looking at each of you individually. So, how long do you plan to stay here?
Well, do you know if this is the way to the hags? Because that's what we were thinking.
Well, I know she's in the... Where's my notes? She's set up shop in the Eclipse Mire.
Is it that way?
That is that way.
Yeah, so I guess we're only here as long as we get to her.
Well, what payment
Unless
do
you want to hang out.
Well, I mean, roll a persuasion check, because I want to see. I need to know something.
Just a reminder, we do have an auto crit in the pool.
You do.
Ooh.
And we can use that whenever?
Yep, anytime you want. On anything you want.
Does it... Could it be after we roll?
Yeah, you can roll, and then if you don't like the roll, you can change it to an auto crit.
Y'all, can I use this crit?
I have no problem with it.
Go
Okay.
for it.
I'm
As
gonna
long as
use
it
the
doesn't come
auto
back and
crit
bite us in the butt later.
because I'm doing it after I rolled, and trust me, I don't want to know what would happen
So
with
1
what I rolled.
to 20.
Yeah.
As you say, so go ahead and say it again, Whisper.
Unless you want to hang out.
Yes.
You see him lean back and laugh, and just a few bits of spit kind of pour out of his mouth at this laugh as his teeth are bared, leaning back into this moment of this very small mortal asking this god to be their friend.
Yes, our teeth and ambition are bad.
I like this one.
Wow, Whisper, you really know how to, work a crowd.
I don't like this one, as Frecky says as he looks down at you, Finnick. It's fine, brother.
Can I ask a question, though?
Whatever you want, Whisper.
How did you know we were being watched? Was there a thing watching us?
You can't see the invisible things?
No.
No.
Well, whatever you did, you drew someone's attention. There was an eye following you.
Like a scry?
Mm.
I learned how to do that.
Let me
recently.
roll. I don't know what this scry is, but
Oh.
it was just an eye following you, flitting around.
The lizards, you guys. Sorry, Whisper, the Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
Yeah.
When we first got
old.
here, we may have decapitated a couple of out of control friends of hers. Yeah.
I killed an ogre.
Ogres are gross. T-Rexes are good though.
Mm.
Those
They
big
were
lizards.
they were under the control of these really crazy
Hag.
hag tendrils, and
yes, yeah.
that's where we learned that she was taking control of,
Those are
the
gross too.
innocent creatures that are just trying to live their life. I'm really trying to appeal to them, we're here to help them.
I'm afraid that the watchful eye could have been my fault. I've been on the trail of this witch for some time. There's a chance that's how she's been avoiding me.
Maybe she knows we're coming.
Well, if that was hers, then I would imagine so.
Cool.
Can you see anything else with those big old giant wonderful eyeballs of yours?
You see him sniff deeply, his eyes kind of glowing, and kind of looks up into the different spaces. You said you rolled a 21 before, Clover? So at this point, you see the eyes kind of move over towards where Clover is hidden. They smell rabbits. And you see the drool begin to pool in his mouth and drip down. I still smell her too, though, so I don't know. Maybe it's lingering. But your rabbits, I smell them. They should come out before I get hungry.
You look kind of hungry now. Maybe that's why they're a little hidden.
I'm always hungry. That's a problem. But don't eat my friends, please.
Do you have an offering for us, Whisper?
What do you like?
enjoy
I don't
rabbit.
have any meat.
Well, if you don't have meat, why would you come here?
Well, I wasn't really planning on it.
You're lucky we like you, Whisper.
I
Hey,
like you.
I'm gonna raise my hand.
What do you
Here.
want, little angel?
Oh, well, thank you. Um, how about this? How about when we get to Hagatha, we string her up, bring her back here for you guys to play tug of war with. How about that as an offering?
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Fool. 19 plus 13. There we go.
Damn.
I've already told you hags are disgusting, but I could enjoy a good play toy. Yes, our last
know-
one broke. Brother ripped the squeaker out of it.
Ah,
That's a dog joke.
Right. Wolf. Yeah, how's that sound? I mean,
Well, what about the other two sisters?
Are they bad too? We're new here.
We've heard that she's drawn more hags to her side.
Oh. You wouldn't happen to know their names?
No. We've only heard of their movements. They avoid our
Like
forest.
sisters, like sisters, like sisters, or sisters like in the craft, sisters.
I think it's sisters in the craft there.
One's like a coven.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay, well. Okay, there's two more with her.
That's what we've been hearing.
Okay. Well, are they all in the same spot, or
We don't leave our forest to go to her space. We are
where
supposed to watch here.
Okay. Well, all right. Well,
It's at this point,
How
as
about-
tensions have started to calm down, you see those forest spirits begin to appear on Gary's head. You see one of them like growing ears and like sitting down on all fours and begin to mock him in this way that he can't see because it's back like just behind his eye sockets. But you hear Fetty growl and it starts to like fade away.
Are their eyes still locked on me?
Oh, Fetty has been on you. Frecky, not Ferry. Frecky has been on you basically the entire time, not letting you out of his sight.
That's fine.
so what's the story with the whole losing your mother thing? I know you guys are kind of sore about that one, but maybe you could give us a little information and we can get back at him for you too.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Jesus.
He's definitely on the list.
He is on the list. Okay. 3 16 as a whole.
Okay. You see him kind of turn his attention. You see Getty kind of turn his attention towards you and just bares his teeth a bit as you ask this question, bringing up bad memories for them. Yes, well, our mother decided to help mortals, and it proved foolish.
you wouldn't happen to now? Don't know if you guys are a keepsake kind of guys, but you guys wouldn't happen to have anything of hers, like a tuft of hair, or maybe a tooth, or a piece of her.
You see him start to rise up onto all four legs again, and his teeth begin to bare at you, Pharaoh. Zeril. Jesus Christ. Why do you ask?
Well, at the fear of being bit in half.
I will say, Finnick, Frecky's attention shifts from you and turns towards Zeril.
Wonderful.
And it's at this
Cool.
point.
My attention turns towards Zeril too. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's at this point, Zeril, you feel hot breath on your back of your neck as he is now inches from you.
I'm like, Well, I only mention that because I may be able to have you guys communicate with her one last time. I don't know the extent of what happened and how it happened, but I know losing someone is very, very, very rough, especially a mother who I'm sure was a great pack leader. But if you did, I'd be able to commune with her and have you guys at least see how you guys are faring now. I'm sure that'd be nice for the both of you guys know, maybe, kind of.
I'm going to ask for a persuasion check.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay.
This is going to be a high DC, so if you want to use inspiration on yourself, go ahead.
We need to sprinkle it on hard. I'm gonna use a bardic. Can I use another one of those on me, or?
I think so.
Let me see. Sorry, 1 second. Used it once. Used it. Let me see. Make sure I'm. Yes. I'm gonna use that on myself, so I hopefully don't die.
Yeah, roll a d20 and then add a d10.
Lord. Okay.
And don't forget, you treat all of your anything below a 9, anything a 9 or lower, you treat as a 10 for your silver tongue ability.
Dang.
Okay. Anything a 9 and below?
Yeah,
Or
it's
9 and
automatic.
Yeah.
Except for natural ones, the lowest you can roll on a die is 10.
Okay.
Dang.
So 1d10,
Yeah, and then you add your bonuses.
Yeah.
which is the 1d.
Roll a d20. Roll a d20.
Uh-huh. 1d20. Okay, got it. That's a 6, but you said it's a 10.
Right. Now roll
Uh-huh.
roll a d10.
10. Okay. That's 7.
Now
17.
add your persuasion modifiers.
Oh, my eyes. Persuasion plus 13.
Holy shit.
So 23.
Yeah, I don't get
10
that. I can't
plus
end up in another
7.
mouth.
That is
So
a
like a 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
10 plus 7,
Yeah,
15 plus 30.
Okay.
Yeah, the lowest they could roll is 23, I think.
Well,
Freaking
with
A.
a 30 then,
Oh my goodness.
you feel that head behind you lift up, and there's a bit of drool that kind of plops down next to you, and it's like a basketball-sized bit of drool that just plops down and spreads into the dirt at your feet.
Mhm.
And it's at this point, Getty kind of moves over and stands in front of you as well. And you see Frecky reach his head into Getty's neck and pull. And you see this string that was buried in the fur of Getty's neck snap. And this tooth that is bound up in the what is essentially rope, about the size of Gormrog, just drops down into the ground. Speak to the dead there, Angel. See what you can do.
He wears them
For my new best buds, anything. And I'm gonna. Can I cast? What's the thaumaturgy? The clean to soil, because I peed a little bit.
Yep, fair enough.
I definitely did. I'm just gonna go. Psh. I'm gonna use. Hold on, if I can commune. Or is it commune with the dead? Sorry.
Speak
hold
with
on.
dead.
Yes. I'm saying this right. Where's it at? Sorry, my computer's freezing. Yes, that.
Do you have speak with dead prepared?
If my computer will let me scroll, I can tell you.
I don't see it.
Oh, am I reading this wrong? Okay, no, it's not. It's moving now. Okay. I have commune. Is that the same thing?
Commune is not speak with dead.
I'm going to throw myself into a volcano right now. I'm going to throw myself into a volcano. Wait. But isn't she a deity though?
Better put on the best performance of your life.
But isn't she a deity
He
too?
is a deity, which is why I was gonna say I will let this work.
I was totally thinking of the other thing. Like, if you have a piece of their body, you could like bring them back and talk to them. That's what I was thinking.
Yes, that is speak with dead.
But I remember
So you can ask 3 questions that must be yes or no.
Jesus. Sorry. that heart is pounding. Okay. So I'm gonna look at them. I'm just like, okay, this giant tooth and these giant. Say, okay, so this is how this works. You guys are gonna have 3 questions. They have to be yes or no. But the way that since there's 2 of you, I feel like one of you get a question, and then you guys decide on a question together.
You have 1 minute to do this.
I'm gonna rub my hands together, go hard. I'm gonna do a little thaumaturgy because I'm trying to make it real special. Colors of the Wind style, and I'm gonna lay my hands on top of it, and then I'm gonna and like do this song that I made up because I'm trying to invoke that thing, and then I'm gonna cast the spell.
Okay.
So
as you cast the spell, you see from the tooth the smoke kind of begins to billow out as the incense that is required to cast this spell mixes above the space. And it's in this point you see it begin to form into this long muzzle, the tooth lifting up into the air to fill its space where it did on the original wolf. And it continues to grow. And it's at this point that wolf form begins to take shape out of the smoke, pushing back outwards, engrossing dozens of trees. As it lifts itself up and begins to push down these smoky paws into the ground, you see each individual foot, the top of its foot crests the belly of the two wolves in front of you as it rises up and begin to brush against the tops of the trees. You see the eye flicker into existence, Clover, as it passes by you, its head rising up even above your elevated position. And it's at this point it kind of looks down towards you, Zarel. Why am I here?
I first want to say thank you so much for joining us. I know I've woken you from your rest, but this is a really important thing, and I have two people that that they really want to see you. They have it's of urgent things, and then I like gesture over to the two twin wolves.
Oh, my boys.
I'm gonna say now. Remember, you only have 3 questions, and they have to be yes or no. So please use them wisely.
I don't know what to ask. Mother, are you at peace? You hear Gary ask. You hear the long exhale from a long, tired spirit. Yes, I'm at peace, son. Mother, you hear Reki speak up. Was it Malik that did kill you? Yes, son, it was Malik. Though he is stronger than he was before. And the two of them look at each other and then look at all of you, and then particularly you, Whisper, having rolled a natural 20 on your friendship check. Do you regret helping the mortals? No. No, I don't. Goodbye, sons. And you see the smoke begin to rise and dissipate through the branches of the trees as that tooth comes down like a pylon, slamming into the ground, and just stands there upright as it buries itself about 5 feet deep into the ground.
Wonderful.
You hear the low whimpering of 2 dogs around you. They both stand and turn to begin to walk off into the distance.
Alrighty.
You see Getty turn back towards the group. Thank you.
Anytime, friends, we'll make sure we bring you that chew toy.
You see him raise up a paw and just slashes it across the empty air. And you see a tear rip into the plane in front of you, and you see through it stars and a few bits of floating land in the distance. He sticks his head through into the other plane before retreating his head, and you see the scars begin to close down, rehealing themselves. Just drops down onto the ground in front of you, Whisper specifically. A long, curved bone horn. Magically, and you see these runes kind of etched across it that glow with the faint bit of arcane magic. You specifically, I'll say Whisper and Gormrog, you can feel the nature energy of it, that ancient primordial energy tickling your attention. He turns and begins to walk away. Call us when you need us.
With this?
One time.
So I can't just call the doc?
you have other ways to call us if you want to talk, Whisper. It's fine.
Okay.
But when you're in trouble, you can call us.
Okay. Before you go, really quick, do you have any advice on how to beat her?
From what we've heard, she's very lucky. She can change fate at a moment's notice.
She stole that.
So
Well, good thing we're the fists of fate.
hopefully you can make it right. And turns and begins to walk back off into the dark of the forest.
They gave us a dog whistle.
But
I'm gonna,
with that, you have a way to call two primordial spirits to your aid in a moment of need.
That's so cool.
Awesome.
I'm gonna just fall out next to just like
As the dogs disappear and everyone gathers themselves, I'm gonna try to make eye contact with Emic
Mhm.
and point and see which direction we should continue going in.
You can see him sweating a bit. His brow is a little bit got some sweat kind of building up on it at this point, just from the tense of the situation, and he just points, his hand shaking a bit, and points to continue on through the forest, the wolves having departed in a different direction.
I'm gonna call down to Gormrog. Gormrog. And I'm gonna point in the direction that Emic pointed in before like jumping off into the trees that way.
He will begin to follow.
Oh, okay, you guys, I have an idea. Whisper.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be great. Okay, so now that you're friends with Double Wolf Impact, and
I have a lot
I,
of wolf friends.
well, don't rub it in her face, okay? Come on. And
I don't have a lot of people friends, so
well, I'm people.
the extent of my friends is in this forest.
No, okay,
Him.
that's fair. I think that we should, and I'm looking at the tooth because I'm forethought. Looking at the tooth, I think that
Did you
we
keep the
should
tooth?
make a. No, well, I mean, I could probably fit it in the little thing, but no. I think that we should. I think that we should make a little fairy circle shrine around the tooth as like a way to that to be, because the tooth is still on the ground, right? The big ass tooth is like in the ground.
Yeah.
It's like a headstone almost. I think that would
Create a
be
memorial.
a little memorial for your friends, and we should leave something for them because they'll know it's us. You know what I mean? So
I don't know
I'm gonna
shit
go.
about memorials.
Cheryl, I got
Just
you.
follow me. Come on.
I don't.
And I'm gonna
I
go pick
don't.
everybody. I'm gonna tell everybody to go pick up something like a rock or something, and I'm gonna lick my hand. Or yeah, that's enough. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to lick anything else. We'll lick my hand. We'll put it on the rock, and I'm gonna put the rock next to the like around the little thing, because they can have the smell our scent. So like this is a moment that we had together. You know what I mean? Here, and I'm like, here, lick the rock.
They weren't
No.
a fan of me, so
Finnick, lick the
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah.
Like the rock, Finnick.
Meanwhile, Clover is long gone. She's
Yeah,
swinging
no.
through
guys,
vines
we
like
gotta
Tarzan.
go.
Not licking a rock.
Come on, Gomorrag.
It's salty.
Thank you. Jeez, and I give it to Whisper to. Come on.
Yeah, I have no problems licking a rock. I don't really know why I'm doing it, but you don't have to ask me
on
twice
there.
to lick a rock. Like,
Let me get some. I'm gonna pull out one of the little alms box. I have alms boxes in my inventory, so I'm gonna pull out a little bit of incense and then I'm gonna go to that little spot where that drill was at, and I'm gonna scoop some of that up and mix it in and put it on there, so it's like it'll draw them to there. So all of our scents are mixed up now, and
As you begin to like scoop up the spittle and mix it into with the incense. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying spittle, just because you posted a comment
No.
about it with Clover.
I'll give you $5 to stop saying spittle.
So you grab some of the saliva and kind of mix it up together and begin to kind of mark the area with it. And as you do, you see a few of those little spirits kind of pop up, appear, fade into existence near you, and like you see them mocking you and like doing it with it. And they start wiping it on each other's faces.
oh my god.
One of them like appears on your hands as you're pushing it, like setting the space. They like appear on the tops of your hands and begin to like rub the tops of your hands as you do it, like wax on, wax off.
Oh my god. Can I also take some of that spittle
Sure.
Oh my god.
with me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, got you. I'm just gonna scoop it up and put it in a thing and bloop.
Okay. So just
For
make
later, for
make sure
later.
you notate that in your inventory. Okay.
Yes.
Because that.
Put a little bit on
Quantity
me.
1.
Yeah. I will say wolf spirit spit, or whatever word you want to use.
Wolf spirit spittle.
Anyways,
That being
Alright.
said, what do you got? What do you got, Quell?
I was just gonna say, all right, you primordial charming people, let's stop spitting on rocks and follow the group.
You see very far in the distance Clover and Emic swinging from vines like monkey bars.
Gormrock was following.
Okay. Whisper, where are you in this parade as you all begin to leave?
trying to catch up to Clover? I don't know.
Okay. It's at this point you feel a little tug of your attention behind you back towards this makeshift memorial. As you turn, you see that familiar black hooded figure, the bits of bone peeking out from beneath his robes. And you see the white woman creature standing there at the memorial. Both of them begin to run their hands along the tooth, and you see script begin to carve its way into the tooth, mixing their two different styles of black writing and a glowing white, as they seem to be wishing off someone that they knew and saying goodbye to an old friend before their figures fade and you all make your way through the rest of the forest. We're getting close to the end here, so I'm going to kind of push us along unless there's anything anyone want to do for the rest of your travel. Okay.
how much travel do we
There's
have
another
left?
day and a half. So I'm going to just get us through to it, unless anyone has anything they want to do.
The only thing I would have wanted to do was during one of our nights' rest, I would have taken off the ring of mind shielding,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to try to listen into Amic's thoughts.
Okay.
Isn't that only work one way? As in like in?
I think you may be right, but I'm going to look it up right now. Is that in your inventory, Fennec?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it is.
All right, let me read it.
wearing this ring, you are immune to other
But
creatures
just
reading your thoughts.
due to the abilities that I had previously, I'm gonna try and channel that for a moment to try and read Amic's thoughts.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna say your original mind reading ability was through your wisdom stat.
Charisma.
Charisma. Okay, so roll me. Roll me a straight charisma check then. Oof.
That'll be a 24.
Okay. You begin to try and activate that now semi-dormant part of your brain. And you begin to pull at the slivers of that power. And you push through and grab hold of the ability. You begin to pull it towards Emic, eventually diving into the brain of this newcomer to your group. It's at this point you hear his thoughts begin to echo into your head as I'm assuming you have all set up camp at this point. That's when you would be doing this, or during the day?
I'd be doing it at night.
Okay.
During like one of our watches.
Okay. All right, we're almost there. Get them a little closer, and then we'll be all good. I wonder what's for dinner. Did we eat yet? I don't remember. Hope there's nothing coming out in the darkness tonight. I don't think we need another wolf thing. All right. Do you want to dive deeper?
I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
Okay.
If I attempt to dive deeper, he'll be aware of it.
Yes.
So I put the ring back on.
Okay. Does that change anything you want to do for the rest of this travel?
No.
Okay. That being said, as the rest of the time you spent traveling is relatively uneventful, though forest spirits do tend to a few of them seem to have clung on to your party and are accompanying you through these fields as the sky is growing dimmer and dimmer as you get closer and closer to the eclipse mire. It is at this point, however, that you come upon the realm of the eclipse mire. You can see it stretch out before you. Darkness, just a bit of light peeking through from behind the trees and behind a waxing moon in the sky. There is a blackish swamp in front of you. You see the roots of gnarled trees kind of interspersed throughout the water. Bits of rock jutting up in various directions, all of them covered with a thick black-like substance that seems to drip from canopies above, down, across roots and stone and into the water, giving it an even darker appearance. Each time it splashes into the water, you can see it like ink spread out before slowly settling down into the mud. You all begin to press into the forest, into the swamp, your feet sinking down with each step. You feel your feet catch on unseen roots below the surface of the water, each step becoming arduous with your journey. You slowly push into the forest. It's at this point, I'll say, with a passive perception of 20, Clover, you hear nothing. The forest, or swamp rather, I keep calling it forest, growing quiet as you all trotch through the sludge in the swamp. Just check something. Okay. You hear the faint bit of scratch against wood as some heavy foot or claw rips through bark, moving towards you. You hear something splash into the water, ripping through trees. It's at this point, popping out of the water in front of you. You see the bluish scales of this multi-legged creature, kind of its head, a long serpent-like head, its horns kind of curled back below. You see its mouth open wide, electricity crackling from its mouth.
Electricity.
Fires forth a lightning bolt, just rips through a bunch of trees that are blocking the pathway between the two of you. Each place where it strikes, exploding the tree outward, slamming off into different directions, showering all of you in this bath of splinters and bark. And that is where we're going to leave off, as one last thing comes to mind. Emek's not with you.
Yeah. Dudley, Do Right,
I
Jack
feel like my
Rabbit.
20 perception would have caught that.
You would have if he wasn't way better at hiding than you.
Oh no, better than hiding.
Oh yeah.
I
We
should
bringing two chew
roll.
toys next time.
Gosh.
We're bringing two.
I mean,
I feel like Emmett and Clover should have a hide-off.
you can certainly try.
I'm gonna look for him.
Go ahead. I mean, that would have been the
Okay.
start of next game, but we'll do it now.
Fuck, okay. Go.
Oh my lord.
11. 17 plus 11. 18. 28. 28. Perception.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Count, count, count,
You
count,
see
count.
the faintest bit of his ear sticking out behind a tree about 45 feet behind you.
That's pretty far.
But with that, we are going to call it for tonight. We will be back this Thursday with Investigation Check, and then we will be at PAX U. So come visit us at PAX U if you're there. No Fortune Fates next week, but we do have QPD on Wednesday next week. I got nothing else. Anything you guys got to plug?
Shameless plug. My creative directory form is now live on my Instagram, Daytake Cosplay. It's in the bio, in my link tree. Please, if you're any kind of like creative, any videographer, cosplayer, voice actor, D&D person, writer, anything like that, this is the place for you. We are trying to build a community where we can all find each other easier and also work with some like-minded people. So if you're interested, please go and check it out. Yeah.
Okay.
And just since we don't have another session before this, once again, Saturday, December 14th, I'm on Don't Kill My Character RPGs, playing a superhero origin story. And this Sunday, if you're going to PAX U, actually, fine, I'll say it, even though I'm not sure if I want to say it, but I'm going to be on a panel on Sunday at 11:30 at the Crab God Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that panel about?
Be there or not. Emotional damage and a short rest. Why we tell sad stories.
Fabulous. Okay.
Give some claws.
That being said, I think we're gonna jump over to Logomancy unless anyone's got any concerns. I mean, he's doing a pre-PAX U relaxing stream, playing some games, chilling out. So
Sounds good to
we love Logomancy, and we're gonna go give him some love before we see him this weekend. I've got nothing else. If you guys got nothing else, remember, we love you, geeks. Good night.
See you at PAX.